Actually, I'm going to open that back up. Sorry. Let's also go to the red triangle. I'm going to show you. I don't know if we did this the other day or not, but you can go to I wanted to do the small tree. I thought I had to go to display options, but it's just here. So click on the red triangle and then click on small tree view, and this gives you that nice visual. So again, the reason I want to bring this up for your group projects, you may want to have that small tree as part of it. Okay, so now save that and close out of it. So you can just, again, red triangle, save script to the data table. Click OK, close out. Let's go do our NeuroNet. So analyze, predictive modeling, neural. Again, M value to the Y, validation 2 to our validation. And then, again, everything else goes to the X factor. I only do it that way just so I don't forget the important stuff, like the validation 2 going there. Let's once again set our random seed to 1,000 just to kind of see if we can get similar results. And then from there, click OK. We are going to do, because most of our laptops can't handle it, so we're just going to do a very basic NeuroNet again. So just leave it as the default and click Go.
What would you do if you wanted to add more to it?
You can add in like 3s in the other, like across the layers. Yeah, you could add in more 3s on both of those. If you're like going to try it, go ahead.
Yeah, I need to practice for when we do our project. You want us to make more. And then for boosting, you just no boosting, right? So you can go over that.
Again, I would not, but you can for your project and stuff. But again, it takes more processing power to do all that. All right, and so then what you get, your results gives us our training, validation, and test. And so here we can see in our training we have 0.9, validation 0.824, and then test 0.863. So again, that's okay. We do have a higher test than a validation, but we're still okay. It's not like drastic. Click on the red triangle and save profile formulas. And then again, red triangle for neuro, save script to the data table, and click OK. And then Tyree, I think this is where you might run into some problems, so we may have to just do this after class. So, all right. Once you have that, close out of that. And again, you should now have the 3 different columns over here. And then obviously the new validation column that we created. So now let's go and do a comparison of all of them. There's 2 different ways to do this. So the first one is go to Analyze, Predictive Modeling, and then Model Comparison. And then what we're going to do is add all 3 of these new columns that we created into the Y. And then take your validation 2 as the group. This one is not my favorite way, but do this and then click OK. And so now this is a nice place for us to go. We can look at all 3 different models, the training. We can look at all 3 different models, validation and test. So let's save this and then we'll talk about when we do the other one. So red triangle, save script to the data table. Close out of that window and then let's go do that again. So analyze, predictive modeling, model comparisons. And then we're gonna leave the Y predictors blank, but we're gonna take that validation to the by, and then click OK. And so it's gonna pick those up, because it's just looking for anything that used that validation to. So if you did some extra models in there, you might be seeing some extras in here. I personally like the way this looks better, and because it separates them out, I can see, right? So we have our training, validation, and test separated out, I think, nicely. And so then again, we're going to compare each of them. So we can start with the training, and in the training, which one did the best?
Validation too.
I don't know if yours are similar to mine.
And that was how she did the first one, but I don't know.
The
what
top
yours
one? Is it the fit least squares or your neuro?
And then save that.
So for me, the neuro is the best, but barely. So I got that 0.9049, and then my fit least squares was 0.9046.
Oh, stupid. I was looking at it backwards. It's a neural net, yeah.
And again, I'm just looking at the training, and then I can also look at my errors, right? And so for me, my neuro is also lower in errors. For the RAS, it's lower, but higher in the other. Yeah. So then I'm going to go and look at the validation, and again, same thing here. My neuro is better than the fit, that then goes neuro, fit least squares, and then partition. And again, I can look at my error rates, and for this one, they are lower for all the two errors are lower for the neuro than they are the partition and the fit least squares. All right, and then last I can go look at the training. And again, in each of these, I was looking, when we did each model, you should go and look at the training, the validation, and the test to make sure that you're not overfitting. And we weren't in any of them. And so now when we're in here, we're just comparing each of the models. So now when I look at the test, this is the main one, right? Again, my neuro is the best at 0.8640, and it also has lower errors compared to the other two models. So for me, I would pick the neuro model because it is performing the best. Did you guys all pick the neuro as well, or did anyone's fit least squares outperform? No one's. Typically, a neural net will outperform the others, but not always. So the little caveat, though, is if I need to explain these to somebody, I'm not going to pick the neural network because I can't explain it very well, right? However, in that case, for me, again, I would pick the fit least squares because I can still explain it, but it's going to fit better than my partition, my decision tree. All right? Make sense? So those are the kind of calls that you need to make. You do need to explain each of these kind of, I know it gets repetitive, but you do need to kind of explain them each, and then make your decision, right? And why you're making your decision. Okay. Tyree, did that even work for you, or are you running yours again? Running again? Okay. All right. So red triangle, save script to the data table. Click OK. That's kind of all I have for you today. So again, you're going to do that exact same thing with your group projects. You're going to run all three of those tests. You're going to do the model comparison. So make sure you're saving those formulas correctly and getting those. Yeah. Because you're like, I don't know what I just did. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. Once you have that saved